Morning, welcome back to the Love 500, welcome back to the channel, and welcome back to day 5 of the Red Pop. Here we go. And I'm just getting the car ready, the Red Pop, just getting it ready for tomorrow. I've just drained down the coolant. I've taken all the bolts out of the rocker cover, I've taken the battery out, I've taken the engine ECU off. All I've got to do now is take the wheel off and then take the arch liner's already off. Not that that needs to come off, but I just need to take the cover that hides the bottom cog on the cam. And then Connor will be coming along tomorrow lunchtime to do the cam belt, and then we'll get it all back together again. I went to service it today. Obviously I took the coil pack off, and I got spark plugs, but they're the wrong size. The actual core, the plug itself looks okay, but it's the screw thread. These are a lot thicker. So whether these ones I got off of the Twin Air, I'm not sure whether they're different or not, but they're the wrong one for this car, which is a bit annoying. So I'll have to get some new ones. Never mind. C'est la vie. So as you can see behind me, the Red Pop. So we had the cam belt done, of which you've just seen the video. And well, you saw part of the video actually, because I forgot to video. So I put it on probably 2/3 of the way through Connor actually doing the cam belt. But it's all done. It's all done now. And I'm just going to put the car back together completely. As you know, I got the wrong spark plugs. The spark plugs have actually arrived in the post today, so I've got those now. They're over there, so I'm gonna change the spark plugs, and I've got to put these bits and pieces back on. So you've got the cover there that covers up the bottom pulley. I've got to get that back on, and get the arch liner back on, and then get the wheel back on. So we're going to do all that now, and then we'll do the spark plugs after that, and then the car's going to get a good clean, because where it had the bodywork done, it's very dusty inside. So that had already been cleaned inside. It's got to be done again. Not as much as it needed to be done before, because it was rotten before. But now it's just dust, it's sand and dust and that sort of thing, really, from the paint shop. So we'll get all these bits done. The car will then be given a good clean on the outside, and then it'll be ready for the MOT. And the MOT's on Thursday, assuming it passes. Hopefully, fingers crossed. Fingers crossed it passes. It should be up for sale on Friday. We've got numerous people interested in this one, so I'm not expecting it to hang around very long. So hopefully it'll be gone by the weekend with a bit of luck. But that's obviously all dependent on whether it passes the MOT or not. There's nothing that makes me think that it won't, but then of course you never know. So let's get these bits done. Okay, so that's that cover put on, and that brace put back on as well. You have to take that off obviously to get this off. So that's all been put back on, and now we need to get the arch liner on. I had trouble finding the screws. I didn't know what I'd done with them, but I've just found them, thankfully. So we'll get that back on now. Right, it's all back on its wheels. Wheel hub cap is all back on, secured. As you can see, I'd already taken off the airbox when obviously the cam belt was done. So I've left that off. Put the coil pack back on, but I'm just taking each individual plug lead off to change the plugs. So right, let's get the first plug out. I didn't do it up that tight because I knew it was coming out again. There's the first plug. As you can see, it's probably been in there a while. It's not that bad, although it's quite burnt, I suppose. I'm trying to get it in focus. That's it. So it's quite... Be interested in your opinion on the state of that plug, actually. Obviously I don't know how long these plugs have been in there for. But what do you think about that plug? obviously I'll get the new one out and we'll show you the new one. For those of you who don't know what a new spark plug looks like, which I would imagine on a channel like this there's not many of you that don't know what a new spark plug looks like. Right, where are we? Okay, trying to get it in the camera view. There you go. So that's the new one, and that's the old one. So these plugs are pre-gapped, you don't need to gap them. And that gap is actually a lot bigger in the old plug than it is in the new one. I guess that's where it's worn down and burnt. But they are pre-gapped. So although I've got feeler gauges, you don't need to do it because they are pre-gapped. So let's get that one in and then we'll go on to time lapse for the rest. What I've done on this is just an ordinary socket, but I've got some, I think it's carpet tape, double-sided carpet tape in there, which just holds the plug in place. And obviously you don't want to cross the thread. You need to make sure it goes in at the right angle. Not too tight. That's that one in. Now we'll do the same for the other three. Right, that's that all back on, all back together. Plugs all changed. One thing that I forgot to do the other day when we did the cam belt, obviously I took the battery out. I didn't take the battery tray out, but what I did take out, where is it? What I did take out was the drain thing, and I forgot to put it back in again when we put the battery back in. So I'm going to have to take the battery out and then put this in, then put the battery back. But I'll do that a bit later. What I'm going to do now, give it a start, and we need to get rid of the air in the coolant system, because obviously we've changed the coolant. We did the cam belt. So we need to do that. So let's start her up first of all. It doesn't. Obviously we've done this a dozen times on video, so I'm not going to do this again. Obviously we release the bleed screw, top up the coolant, so on and so forth, but I'll do that on time lapse. Okay, that's it, all put back together. Put the battery drain plug back, take the battery out, put the thing back, put the battery back, everything's all back together. Oil's changed, plugs are changed, air filter's changed, cam belt's done, water pump's done. As I always do, I always write the date that it was done and what was done and the mileage, as well as putting it in the book, so if the book ever gets lost you get a little label which says it in kilometres for some bizarre reason, but we change that and we stick that in the book as well. So that's it, it's all done now. So the only other thing left to do is give it a good clean inside and out, and then MOT Thursday, and then hopefully that'll be it, up sale. Once I've cleaned it, I'm going to take some pictures today, just get it ready to sell. So I think I've got at least 4 or 5 people that are interested. One person I said I'll give first refusal, and I can't actually remember who that was. I've got all the people's names written down in the book, but I can't for the life of me remember which one it was. So I might have to put out a little plea as to who it was. But yeah, hopefully that's the end of the red pop now. But obviously we won't know that for definite until Thursday, once we hopefully get it through the MOT. So we'll be back then. Plugs. all 4 plugs are. What's your opinion on those plugs? You think they're knackered? I think they are. The gap was much bigger, so I think it's probably where they're worn, where the electrode's worn. The gap's got big, but back in the old days we probably would have attacked those with a wire brush, put them back again. But what do you think about those? So that's the end of the pop, hopefully. Day 5, I believe that was. Yeah, hopefully that's the end of the pop. So all being well, it's going in for its MOT, as you know, on Thursday. I'm not picking it up until Friday because it's a late afternoon MOT and I'm at work on Thursday. So I'm just dropping it down in the morning and then going to pick it up in the afternoon. Fingers crossed it passes. I've already got someone. I've managed to find that person who I said I would give first refusal. She's asking me lots of questions. I've sent her bits of video and what have you. She's checking out insurance now. If she doesn't have it, I've got people basically lining up for it. So I'm just hoping that it will pass and it can go this weekend with a bit of luck. So that's possibly the end. If you see the pop anymore, it'll be either when it's driving away or when I'm doing something to it because it's failed the MOT. Let's hope not. And then we'll go through the figures at some other time, depending on if I have to spend any more money on it. Obviously I spent £300 on the bodywork, which I wasn't expecting to do, so I'm not going to make much money out of this anyway. But just a message just come back through from the prospective buyer. So yeah, so that's hopefully the end of the pop. Once again, as I always say, thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed the pop. More pops to come, as you know, and lots more content to come. So give us a subscribe if you can. Hit that subscribe button and obviously that notification bell to be notified when we upload new content. And we'll see you again soon. Thanks for watching. Cheers.